All right, so lock here on that, and let's continue on the from where I left off. So this is Ezekiel 3:6. It says, "Not too many of a strange speech, and of a hard language, whose words thou cannot not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto me. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted." So what did he say? He told Ezekiel, they're not going to listen to you. Why? Because they're not even listening to me. But what are they? The house of Israel. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their face, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. And as an adamant harder than flint, have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they are a rebellious house. So when we tell Israel the truth, their face get all scrunched up. What are you talking about, brother? They get all messed up in the face, man. Stop eating pork. What are you talking about, brother? They get that look, confused look, like this nigga's crazy. Think I'm about to stop eating pork and all that stuff, man. It says, moreover, this is verse 10. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thine heart, hear with thine ears, and go get thee to them of the captivity unto the children of thy people. He told Ezekiel to go to his people, man. This book is only for the Israelites. Why didn't he tell Ezekiel to go to all nations? Why didn't he tell you to go to every race? Because the Most High is not dealing with everybody, man. Unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh. Whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. And I'm going to end it off right there on that point. So he told them, make their face hard against their face, and their forehead against their forehead and stuff, man. That's what he told Ezekiel. And we are, and how many times did you hear the word rebellious throughout this whole these two chapters I was reading? You heard nothing but rebellious, stiff-hearted, because our people are rebellious, man. They don't want to hear the Most High, man. They don't want to hear his ways. They want to they don't want to keep the commandments, man. They want to go about their own way and seeking things in their own heart, man. And that's why they got to be destroyed. That's why 2/3 got to go, man. Our people don't want to listen. Our people want to keep going to them churches every Sunday. Come as you are. It doesn't matter. To them, this truth doesn't matter, man, because they're comfortable here in Babylon. They've been here too long, and they've been conformed to this society. So when we try to tell them righteousness, they get all mad at us. Only God can judge me, brother. No, you don't tell me to do this. And then they like to pull, you still do you sin, brother? Do you do this and that? So then when they say that, that's basically saying, I can go off. If you go off, I can go off. Our people are just wicked, man, and rebellious. But eventually they'll learn the right way in the kingdom, and they're gonna learn the hard way. When all the hell starts breaking loose and all the stuff calamities start hitting, that's when they're gonna learn. And then that's like I said. Then when you know there's been a prophet among them. I want to get this. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth, and the blessings, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. So we had a blessing and a curse that was going to be placed upon us if we listened, and a curse if we didn't listen. And obviously we know that we did not listen, and we have the curses put on us. And time again, we did not listen. So what happens? We go into captivity. We go into slavery among these other nations. Time and time again, man. Our people just not gonna get it. They just not gonna get it. And that's why when you telling people about the truth, if they don't get it after the first 2 times you telling them, man, let them go, man, because they not gonna get it. Let them go, man. You have to live and let die and be okay with that, man. Like I said a couple lessons ago, that when you first hearing this truth, you start to listen to it. You start to watch the videos, or whatever the case may be. You start to watch them, and then you get deeper into it. Then you realize, okay. Then you try to tell a friend or family members, whatever the case may be. You tell them, you understand they don't listen, and it hurts, man, because you don't want to see them have to go. But then when you get farther, as I progress in it, as I progress in this truth, now I got to the point to where if you don't want to listen and you don't want to hearken and you don't want to turn, then let this go. I'm not about to cry. I'm not to get on my knees and drag you to try to come in, man. Because one you can't convince. I mean, you can't bring somebody in this truth anyway. The Most High has to put that spirit on them to even come into the truth. The Most High has to choose them. So the people that don't get it now, man, I don't even feel bad for them. I done told you about it. If you choose what you choose to do with it, that's on you, man. You don't want to listen. You want to keep being a nigga in the world, then go be a nigga in the world. If you okay with it, I'm okay with it. I'm about to shed a tear and cry for you, man. And then when that time comes, and like I made a lesson a while back saying, when shit hits the fan, don't come crying unto us. So when stuff starts to get real out here in America, don't come crying unto me, because I don't want to hear. Because I told you that it was coming. You give the warning. That's what we're supposed to do. Like it says in Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter and the 17th verse. It says, give them warning from me. That's what I'm here to do, man. Give people the warning. I'm not here to sit here and debate with you and maybe this is the right thing and maybe this is the right thing to do, and maybe no. I'm not here for that, man. And I want to get an example. I want to read this about Saul. I'm going to read this. But one more thing, though. I want to get this scripture, and after I read this, then I'm going to get to the psalm. That's going to end it off. Just to prove that the curses came upon us. Daniel 9 and verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as he have been done upon Jerusalem, as it is written in the law of Moses, Deuteronomy. All the evil is come upon us, and yet made we not our prayer before the Lord our power, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth. Verse 14. Therefore hath the Lord watched upon the evil and brought it upon us. From the Lord our power is righteous in all his works which he hath done, for we obeyed not his voice. So why did he do it? Because we obeyed not his voice. Just like he took I'm about to read here in 1 Samuel how he Saul is not the king, was not going to be the king of Israel. Well, was going to be the king of Israel, but ended up not becoming the king of Israel because he didn't listen to what the Most High told him to do. So I'm gonna read that account, and that's gonna close it out, man. So 1 Samuel 15 and verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. So who was the Lord's people? Israel. Not everybody. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the Lord. Thus said the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them and Telaim 200,000 footmen and 2,000 men and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley. And Saul said unto the Kenites Go depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For ye showed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites, and Saul smote the Amalekites from Havaliah unto thou comest to Shur, that is over against Egypt. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep. What did they do? But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and of the oxen and of the fatlings and the lambs and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refused, that they destroyed utterly. Then came the word of the Lord unto Samuel, saying, It repented me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he is turned back from following me, and hath not performed my commandments. And grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord all night. And when Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told to Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place, and it Slakia. He set him up a place, and is gone about and passed on, and gone down to Gilgal. And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, Blessed be thou of the Lord, I have performed the commandment of the Lord. And Samuel said, What meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in mine ears, and lowing of the oxen which I hear? And Saul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites, from the people spared. For the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord thy power, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. Then Samuel said unto Saul, Stay, and I will tell thee what the Lord hath said to me this night. And he said unto him, Say on. And Samuel said, When thou wast little, in thine own sight, was thou not made the head over the tribes of Israel, and the Lord anointed thee king over Israel? And the Lord sent thee on a journey, and said, Go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed. Wherefore then didst thou not obey the voice of the Lord, but didst fly upon the spoil, and didst evil in the sight of the Lord? And Saul said unto Samuel, Yea, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord, and have gone the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag the king of the Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. But the people took the spoil, sheep and oxen, the chief of things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy power in Gilgal. And verse 22, and Samuel said, Hath the Lord as great, Hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of arms. Verse 23, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as the iniquity of idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he also rejected thee from being king. And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord and thy words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice. Now therefore I pray thee, pardon my sin, and I will turn again with me, that I may worship the Lord. And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord hath rejected thee from being king over Israel. I'm going to stop that right there, man. So that's an account of us being wicked. Also, I said earlier, there's another account. If you brothers know it, put it on the comment board for me, Baba Kasha. He said another one an account was our people. I forgot where it was in the scriptures, but our people used to get the animal sacrifices, and before they went to go commit a sin, what did they do? They got their animal sacrifices ready for when they were for when they were going to go commit a sin. They would have it ready so when they did the sin, they could have the animal to sacrifice, man. Completely going off. And our people have that spirit of rebellion on us to this very day, man. And we see it over every day, man. Every day. Jake is just completely going off, man, to the best of their abilities. They don't want to hear the righteousness, man. And then they look at us, give us the evil eye when we trying to turn our life around, when we stop doing the stuff that we used to do, and now we're looked at like the bad guys. Now look at this brother trying to clean his look at this brother trying to clean his ways. And weren't you back then when we used to do so and so? That's how people look at you, man. And people will look at you when you do stuff with them in the world, man. They will always have that look towards you, no matter what you do, no matter what you try to do to clean your life up or to better yourself, or whatever the case may be. Whatever you did in the world, man, they always gonna look at you like you was that person that did that, man. Because even though that we do try to better ourselves in the stuff that we do, that does not mean that we did not do things that we was not supposed to do. That does not mean that at all. But we stopped doing those things because we know that we was going off. Now that we come in the truth, now we know we're going off by doing those things, so we don't do them no more. But Israel, that iniquity, that sin on Israel, man, is heavy on them, man. So they can't continue doing those things. And even when we try to tell them, what do? They rebel. Like it says in Ezekiel, a rebellious house, the most rebellious. Most High has called us the most rebellious, man. And he also said if he was sent unto them, they would have hearkened. If Ezekiel was sent to these other nations and told these other people, they would have listened. They would, okay, we got to stop doing this. All right, we good. We the choosing people. Oh, okay, I like that. What do we have to do to keep being in this glory? Our people understand the right way to do things. Understand that we the chosen people, but still you want to go off and include somebody else in your glory, or include somebody else in something that's nothing to do with it, man. That's our people. A rebellious people, man. Stiff-hearted, as the scripture says, man. And with that, I think that's all. It was meant not to be that long, so that was just wanted to read that account I saw just to give an example of there's many examples in the scriptures on how we're rebellious. So with that, I'm gonna close out. Hope the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, brothers, Christians, truth, the Lord of earth. Catch you guys in another lesson. Till the next time, I say shalom.